Welcome to Wise Flow, the place where your peace grows stronger than your pain. I want to begin with a truth not everyone is ready to hear. This video isn't a list of quick tips. This isn't a 10-minute motivational boost that disappears the moment your screen turns off. This is a journey, a deep one, into yourself. Because today we're talking about something most people ignore their entire lives: emotional control. We live in a noisy world, a reactive world, a world where people are addicted to outrage and attention. They insult you to shake you. They ignore you to weaken you. They lie to break you. And most people fall right into the trap. They explode. They panic. They shout. They defend. They lose their calm and their control. But what if I told you you don't have to live like that? What if I told you the most powerful person in the room is not the loudest, but the calmest? And what if you learned how to become that person? Not by pretending, not by bottling up pain, but by learning emotional mastery, step by step. If you stay with me till the end of this video, you won't just walk away with better English. You'll walk away with something much more valuable, the kind of inner peace that no reaction, no insult, no storm can destroy. Let's begin. Chapter 1. When you react, they control you. Imagine someone presses a button and you explode. That's not power. That's programming. When your mood can be changed by someone's opinion, when your entire day can be ruined by one text, when your peace depends on how others treat you, you are not free. You are being controlled, like a puppet. And the strings are your emotions. We've all done it. We've all said something we regretted. We've all snapped, yelled, or sent that message we later wished we could delete. But here's the truth. Reaction is not strength. Reaction is surrender. You surrender your calm. You surrender your clarity. You surrender your control. And you don't even realize it. Real-world story. A young man worked hard in his job. Late hours, high results, quiet dedication. But one day, during a meeting, his manager humiliated him in front of the whole team. It wasn't fair. It wasn't true. And he lost it. He shouted. He defended himself. He argued emotionally. What did it cost him? Not just that moment, but his image, his reputation, his peace. Now he wasn't seen as hardworking or intelligent. He was seen as emotional, unstable. One reaction changed everything. The solution? The 5-second rule. The next time someone disrespects you, don't react, don't argue, just pause. Inhale slowly. Exhale deeply. Give yourself 5 seconds. Because in those 5 seconds, something sacred happens. The fire cools. The brain switches on. The control comes back. You don't lose power when you pause. You gain it. You can still speak, still respond, still acting. But now it comes from strength, not from survival. Practice this daily, everywhere, because the world is full of buttons. But you don't have to be a puppet. Chapter 2. Most reactions become regrets. Let's go deeper. Ask yourself, how many people have you pushed away? Not because of what they did, but because of how you reacted. How many moments did you ruin not because of what happened, but because of the storm inside you? Let me tell you something hard. You don't carry the insult they gave you. You carried the way you exploded afterward. You don't carry the pain of failure. You carried the way you broke down, fell apart, and reacted from fear instead of faith. Fast reactions may feel powerful in the moment, but later, they become guilty, shame, regret. Real story, 2 sisters, inseparable, until one made a sarcastic comment at a family dinner. The other, she erupted, said things that weren't even true, just old wounds bursting out like lava. That night changed everything. The bond, broken, the words, irreversible. And years later, the photos, still full of tears, not because of what was said, but because of how it was reacted to. The solution: respond, don't react. Feel the emotion, don't hide it, but don't move with it. Let the anger rise, let the tears build. But stay still, close your mouth. Ask yourself, is this reaction about now, or something older still living in me? Then wait 10 minutes, 1 hour, 1 day. Then respond, not with pain, but with power. Because peace never leads to regret, but reaction almost always does. Chapter 3. Silence is a superpower. We live in a world addicted to noise. Everyone is talking, explaining, defending, trying to win, trying to be heard, trying to be right. But the most powerful people? They are not the loudest. They are the quietest. Because silence is strength. Silence doesn't mean weakness. It means control. It means you don't need to prove anything. You don't need to win every argument. You already know who you are. Real story. A man was humiliated online by a former friend. Lies, screenshots, false accusations. Everyone waited for him to respond, to clap back, to fight. But he stayed silent. Days passed, weeks. He didn't say a word. People called him weak, a coward. But 6 months later, the truth came out, and the silence became his crown. He didn't shout. He didn't argue. He just rose. Quietly. The solution? Use silence as a strategy. Don't argue with people who want drama. Don't explain yourself to those committed to misunderstanding you. Don't defend your worth to those who never saw it. Say less means more. Let your silence speak volumes. In conflict, say, I understand. Then walk away. In drama, step back. Let the noise consume itself. In respect, don't shout, don't cry. Just look them in the eyes and say, nothing. That's power. That's dignity. That's leadership. Chapter 4. You don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. People will test you. They will try to pull you into fights, provoke you, corner you with questions, challenge your worth, and bait your emotions. And every time, you'll be tempted to respond, to defend, to explain, to prove. But here's the truth. Just because someone throws a fire at you doesn't mean you need to burn with it. You don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. Real story. A woman's ex posted lies about her online. Screenshots, twisted truths, a full character attack. Friends sent her messages. Say something. Even her family begged her to respond. She wrote a 12-paragraph reply, then deleted it. She chose silence. She chose peace. 2 weeks later, he exposed himself. People saw his pattern. They remembered her silence. And her calm earned more respect than any words could. The solution: choose your peace over their chaos. You're not here to win arguments. You're here to win your peace. You're not here to prove you're right. You're here to protect your energy. So the next time someone attacks you, remember this mantra. I don't need to fight to be free. I don't need to react to be real. You don't need to attend every fight. Sometimes walking away is the loudest thing you can do. Chapter 5. Emotional control is a form of intelligence. Think of your mind like a car. Your emotions are the engine, but your control, that's the steering wheel. Without it, power becomes danger. We've been taught how to look smart, but not how to feel smart. True intelligence is not just knowledge. It's knowing how to manage your mind. Real story. A brilliant student, top of her class, failed a major interview, not because of her skills, but because one comment from the interviewer shook her confidence. She panicked, blanked out, spoke nervously, and failed. She knew the answers, but she didn't know how to manage the fear. The solution: emotional check-ins. Throughout your day, pause and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Is this mine, or did I absorb it from someone else? What would the strongest version of me do next? Name the emotion. Don't judge it. Breathe through it. Emotional control is not suppression. It's navigation. It's choosing the direction even when the storm hits. The smartest people are not the ones who speak best. They're the ones who stay steady when everything shakes. Chapter 6. Confidence is quiet. Insecurity is loud. The people who shout the most often feel the least. The ones who constantly post, boast, fight, and argue, they are often screaming for attention, and they don't know how to give themselves. Confidence doesn't need to be proven. It just moves. Silently, steadily. Real story. Two entrepreneurs walk into a room. One is loud, charming, and bragging about deals, clients, and money. The other says little, observes, listens, smiles. Guess who owned the room by the end of the night? The quiet one. Because confidence whispers, while insecurity screams. The solution: build inner confidence, not outer noise. Speak less, reflect more. You don't need to convince others of your value. Just carry it, in your eyes, in your silence, in your stillness. Practice being the calmest person in chaotic rooms. Practice smiling when others shout. Practice peace when others panic. That's the confidence no one can take from you. Chapter 7. Control your inner world. Rule your outer world. You can't control the world, but you can control the way you walk through it. People will be rude, jobs will disappoint, friends will change, plans will break. But if your inner world is calm, none of that will break you. Real story. A man lost his job, his partner, and his home in 1 month. But every morning he walked to the park, sat under the same tree, closed his eyes, and breathed, not to escape, but to rebuild, from the inside out. 6 months later, he had a new job, a healthier life, a deeper peace. Not because the world got easier, but because he got stronger. The solution: daily inner rituals. Every morning before the world enters your mind, sit in silence for 5 minutes. Breathe deeply. Whisper to yourself, I am calm. I am strong. I respond with peace. The world cannot give you peace. It can only give you chances to practice it. Rule your inner world, your thoughts, your emotions, your breath. And you'll rule your outer world without ever needing control. Chapter 8. The trigger is the teacher. Let's talk about triggers. Those moments when someone says something and your body burns, your chest tightens, your voice rises before you can even think. That's not just a reaction. That's a lesson, because every trigger reveals where you're still healing. What angers you controls you, but what triggers you teaches you. Real story. A woman noticed she always got furious when someone interrupted her. Even during small conversations, it lit a fire in her. She paused and asked herself, why does this hurt so much? She traced it back, not to that moment, but to her childhood. Growing up in a loud household where no one listened, she was constantly ignored, silenced. The trigger wasn't about today. It was about yesterday, still unhealed. And once she saw that, she stopped reacting. She started healing. The solution: sit with the trigger. When something offends you, ask, why did this hit so hard? What memory is this connected to? Am I reacting to the present or the past? Don't judge the emotion. Study it, trace it, heal it, because the moment you become aware of the trigger, it loses its power, and you rise above it. Chapter 9. You can't control others, only yourself. Some people will never change. They will keep lying, keep disrespecting, keep misunderstanding. And if you tie your peace to their behavior, you'll suffer forever, Because the truth is, you can't control their words, you can't control their actions, but you can always control your response. Real story. A father tried for years to gain his son's respect, but the son only criticized, mocked, and distanced himself. One day, the father stopped chasing. He stopped trying to change his son. Instead, he focused inward on becoming more peaceful, more kind, more grounded, and slowly. The dynamic shifted, not because the son changed first, but because he did. The solution: radical self-responsibility. Stop trying to fix them. Stop waiting for them to apologize. Stop needing their validation. Instead, say, I am responsible for how I respond. I choose peace, even if they choose war. I will not let their chaos infect my calm. You can't change people, but you can inspire them by mastering yourself. Chapter 10. Stillness is the highest form of strength. Stillness is not doing nothing. It's doing everything without noise. It's walking through fire without flinching. It's holding heartbreak with grace. It's standing in a storm and not breaking. In this world of movement, anger, and speed, stillness is rebellion. Stillness is power. Stillness is leadership. Real story. A young teacher worked in a chaotic school. Students cursed her. Parents criticized her. Colleagues doubted her. But she stayed calm, day after day. Gentle voice, strong boundaries, deep breath. She didn't scream for respect. She earned it through her presence. Years later, her students remembered one thing. She never lost her calm, even when we lost ours. The solution: cultivate inner stillness. Stillness isn't silence on the outside, it's silence on the inside. Take 10 minutes a day. No music, no phone, no conversation. Just sit, breathe, watch your thoughts. Let them pass like clouds. Because the more you train stillness in peace, the more it will protect you in chaos. And eventually, when life gets loud, you won't. The strength that can't be taken. Take a deep breath with me. Because if you've made it this far, something inside you is changing. You're no longer chasing control outside. You're building it inside. You're not here to dominate the world with volume. You're here to lead it with silence, with presence, with power that doesn't scream, but shines. Let me remind you, the strongest person in the room is not the one who speaks the most. It's the one who knows when to stay still. Not because they're weak, but because they've already won the war inside. And when you win there, inside yourself, no outside storm can move you. Not their lies, not their rejection, not their chaos. Because now you've found something sacred: stillness, control, quiet confidence. You don't react like you used to. You don't panic like you used to. You don't break like you used to. And one day, someone will ask, how do you stay so calm when everything around you is falling apart? And you'll smile gently and say, because I've already learned the storm is out there, not in here. The journey continues with you. If this video touched something deep inside you, don't let it end here. Let it be the start of something. Practice the pause. Choose the response. Protect your peace like it's your most valuable treasure, because it is. And if you ever forget your strength, come back here. We'll remind you. Subscribe to Wise Flow if you want to grow not just your English, but your mindset, your presence, your life. Because here, we don't just teach words. We teach power, the quiet kind. Take care of your energy, guard your heart, and walk forward. Calm, clear, unshakable. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay wise, stay flowing, stay powerful in your stillness.